Welcome to the junior high cymbal tutorial. As you've heard Michael's performance, there are a lot of consistency in his sounds, but the common denominator here is the sound, but of course the challenge is all the dynamics that you're tasked with. We're going to talk about some really important concepts on the cymbals for you to arrive at the sound that Michael is making. The first and most important thing is that your relationship with crash cymbals has to be really comfortable. So when you drop your hands to the side, your hands naturally fold in like this. When you hold any percussion instrument, be it mallets or sticks, or even in this case, our crash cymbals, we want to mimic what your hands want to do naturally. So we're going to start with a non-dominant hand. In Michael and my case, our non-dominant hand is the left. So he's going to pick up his left cymbal first. So in a lot of the cymbal challenges that you may have in band and orchestra literature, and certainly in a percussion audition, you're going to be required to muffle and let things ring and crescendo, etc. And so you want your non-dominant hand, this plate of cymbal, to be very still. You don't want two moving variables happening. So you'll watch when Michael's playing, he keeps his non-dominant plate really still. In terms of how he's holding it, you can see how his fingers are very calmly wrapped around, almost like he would be holding a drumstick, and he just makes it comfortable for him. I cannot emphasize this enough. For example, if I was holding my left hand, it would probably look just like Michael, or I might curl my thumb in. It's very similar. Whatever allows me to stay relaxed and play great. It is more important for you to be relaxed and let the cymbal ring than it is for you to subscribe to where your thumb needs to go or where this index finger goes. So if that means your thumb is like a T, like this, and you hold it, good for you. If that means you'd like to let your thumb relax against your hand like Michael and I do, good for you, as long as you have stability. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is this. Before Michael picks up the right hand, I'm going to show you here the concept of a flam. Now, there are two major schools of thought when you play a great crash. Number one is you are going to play a crash from the back of your hand into the front, like that, or some folks do this. Either way, you are avoiding two things: an air pocket or a flat flam, and it gets really inconsistent. So you want a gentle flam. I will mention rather, that when you hear Michael play his soft crashes, the flam is very subtle. It's very soft and subtle and small. As you get louder, the flam becomes more pronounced. So Michael's going to take his right hand. He's going to pick up his dominant hand cymbal. Now look at his right hand. See how he's making it comfortable for him? The next thing after he picks them up and it's super comfortable, he's lining up the edges in a certain place. If you line up the edges perfectly together, then you're probably not going to get a very good flam, and you might even hit an air pocket. So you see how he pulls the edge down a little bit? Depending on not only the size of cymbal, what the cymbal is made out of, you might want to experiment to find that sweet spot. So I'm going to step out of the way and just let Michael play just some nice quarter note crashes, and I want you to watch how relaxed he is, how calm his left hand is, and if he crescendos at all, you'll just watch the edges, where they're lined up, and what kind of flam he's getting. Just nice, consistent quarter notes. Wow, that was really great. Did you hear at the peak, his flam got a little bigger, and then he got softer and softer, and he got really subtle? It makes the cleanliness of the soft really believable. Now we jump right into the Etude. We have 5/4 meter, we've got mezzo piano, and then he muffles on the 8th note. So it is a little louder, and he's going to muffle. I will talk about this very quickly, folks. When you muffle, I would not recommend playing the cymbals comfortably and then pulling them all the way back to your arms or in your armpits. Number one, it's inefficient and it takes you out of the best sound, but also your skin is very thin here. The best way is to be comfortable in front of your body, and when you're done playing, in slow motion, Michael's going to pretend he's done playing. Now he's going to pull it into his stomach. It is more efficient, and it is much, much better padding than pulling them up into this part of your shoulder. I can tell you from experience, as a middle school student working on my crashes and chokes, it did not go well. It was very painful. So you're gonna watch Michael. Can you go ahead and play just the first 2 measures, Michael, please? Beautiful. So you can hear the difference in articulation, sustain, 2, 3, short, and he made the short 1 volume stronger. Then he dropped down on that second bar, piano, crash, let it ring, and then the next bar he's gonna do the same idea, capitalize with the muffle, and then of course, that sets him up for 1 beat to start at piano and the big quarter note triplet at the end. So we're gonna have Michael play all the way through one last time. Watch for everything that we've discussed. Relaxation, position, relaxed hands, the non-dominant hand being very stable, knowing where the edges are to get a good sound with your flam. Fantastic, thank you, Michael. All the way through his demonstration, I felt like I know what he was saying. In other words, his musicianship transcended the technique of what he was doing. And that's the challenge, is understanding the instrument as well as you're hearing Michael do it in terms of fundamentals and the sounds we're after, but then letting your musicianship and the melody sing through. Great job, Michael, well done.